Yeah. So could I have introduction from Praveen, Venkat, and Priyanka, and then we'll start off then. Okay. So Praveen, can we start off from your profile, please, so that we can understand where are we coming from? Because yesterday you all people weren't available, right? So just wanted to have a little bit of understanding between your profile. All right. Let me know if my screen is visible to you people.
Yeah, it's visible.
It's visible. Okay. We know what is an HCM standing for, as we are coming from the roots of HCM. HCM stands for Human Capital Management, and we know that it is a cloud-based application. Cloud is nothing else but it's a proper internet where the way you're using the Google Drive, it's the similar way where we go ahead and use this portal that's the Workday HCM. We work it on a server. We are being shared with the credentials. With the proper credentials and with the proper internet service, we are going to access our Workday portal people. After 3 years down the line, your organization goes ahead and decides which forum or which vertical you will be putting across. If you are good at, functional core functional, you would be segregated into that specific department. And if you are being working as a consultant, because we are learning both, we are learning functional as well as the technical part, that's the integration. Integration is nothing but you are talking with the other systems. Either it can be PeopleSoft, SAP, or Oracle. It can be anything. We would be talking with the other systems. And when it comes to technical part, if you're good at it, the company would decide which vertical you have to go ahead and take the modules, because there are more modules into our workday. If you're good at talent, you would be asked to go ahead and certify into the talent module. That's the later half of your career, like 3 to 4 years down the line. You have to have the complete experience of HCM module people. So that is what brings us here to learn the basic core, because this core module will be touching all the verticals that we would be looking forward in future. We will be seeing, or we will be implementing from the employers being hired till the employers being terminated. You will learn the payroll part, that's the compensation, into this core. You all have seen the syllabus, you all know what the syllabus is consisting of. Okay, so when it comes to your query, it would be only done after 3 to 4 years when you are being experienced into this core module called core HCM module. All right, so when your question arises into your brain that, why I'm not being trained for so many modules, there are so many modules, right? So it's a later half of your career paper. So right now, just stick to what we will be learning. That's the core basic Workday HCM module. And later, your organization decides which vertical you all should go ahead and get the projects upon. All right. So right now, we will be learning all the touching points which goes ahead and take care of different verticals that we would be looking forward into the work debate. Okay, so here are the chapters, or here are the syllabus which we will be comprising of. The first chapter is the basic navigation that we will be looking forward. Organization in Workday means we will be taking care of entire organization structure creation. Let's say you wanted to start your own organization. What will you require? You will require your staff. You will require your money to flow in and out from your organization. You will require a proper location, right? So, all these components that you wanted to go ahead and create an organization, that we would be taking care of into organization and Workday. And when you have created the company, when you have created your own organization, Then you go ahead and hire people. Then you go ahead and tell the system, I'll be creating different positions. The way you people know that y'all are been working into some of the other companies, y'all know what the JD. JD stands for job description. The way y'all create into your systems, it's just like, you just create it on your own portal. Let's say if you're working on some ATS tools, your organization would be having your own ATS, right? You post it on a social media platform, but over here, it's a broader picture, people. Y'all are taking approvals, y'all are doing all the things that has been asked to y'all under the compliances. When it comes to the compliances, it is valid for countries, people. It's not a small thing. You are creating some conditions. Let's say if you're hiring some employees for USA, their salary would be on higher side. If you're hiring some people from India, it would be lesser than the other countries' frequency currency. So this is what we will be looking forward into the staffing model and job positions. When we talk about the compensation part, we would be working with the payroll team when it comes to the compensation. Whatever is onto the positive side onto your salary slips, that we are just concerned for. Because whatever you are doing, the deductions, let's say for your tax, let's say for your PF, let's say for your medical leaves balances, which you have already consumed and which you all have to go ahead and submit the documents, that is taken care of by the payroll. So we as a Workday consultant work along with finance team or with the payroll team when it comes to the compensation part, people. We will create the entire compensation structure along with them. And then later on, we will go ahead and take care of the security part. When it comes to the security part, people, it is very important chapter. And moreover, we will be going ahead and giving the access to different worker objects into the workday. As we will be acting as a system admin, we will be going ahead and telling, yes, you have a view, modify, or you have all the access for editing the data. We will be going ahead and doing that. And when it comes to the security, you will be even going ahead and taking care of all the verticals, whom to give the access and whom not to give the access. Let's say you people are coming from recruiting module, or let's say you people are coming from finance department, finance module. You will be the one who would be going ahead and implementing all the finance application onto his system. So the security part is also being taken care of by you people. Once the security groups have been created, the access have been given to all the employees into the organization for different verticals. Then you go ahead and define the business process. Into this defining business process, the way you people are taking care of the hire into the recruitment field, your data is flown manually, people. There is no automation been happening onto your system. But when it comes to the workday, everything is automated. You need to put some coding or you need to use some task wherein system will understand. With the help of the task, you will go ahead and automate the system. Let's say you are telling the system you wanted to pay the salary for so and so organization. So you need to specify the value for that specific organization. Otherwise, it will give the salary to all the organization which has been listed under Workday. You need to automate the system telling that, yes, this is my organization. Let's say I am working for Accenture. I will go ahead and define the value. The salary should only be paid to the Accenture employees on so and so date. So this is what we will learn in this business process, how the data will flow. Another example I can give it to you. Let's say you are hiring an employee object, and when the hiring has been done, there are different processes that has to be taken care of. The interview happens. Once the interview selection has been done, the documentation comes into picture. Then you need some approvals. Then the salary slips are being created. His employee has been generated. Then the self portal access has been given to the employee. Once he receives the employee ID, he goes ahead and file for all the benefits that the organization is giving. So all the tasks that has been created, all the structure or the data flown from the employee data to the workday data, this is what you're going to create into the business process. And the last chapter would be for transaction and workday. We will be looking forward for entire transactions from hiring, from promotion, from demotion, from termination, and from the transfer. We will be seeing PDTT. PDTT stands for, again, I'm repeating myself. It's promotion, demotion, termination, and transfer. The entire transaction will be taken care of by us people. We will be going ahead and doing the delegations. We will be going ahead and doing the proxies. And when it comes to the delegation, when it comes to the proxy, I will teach you all how to go ahead and use the proxy. And when it comes to the delegation, we will learn only in the chapter number 8. Okay. So this is a pretty much decent explanation that we came to know what are these chapters comprise of and what are we people going to learn. Are we all okay till here, people? Are we all okay till here? Did we understand at least the basic things that the chapter is talking all about, people?
Yes, so
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is the technical part or the integration part, I can say. Integration is nothing but, as I told you all, you will be talking with the other system. It doesn't mean that you go ahead and call some other systems. No. You will use Workday to talk with the other systems with the help of the reports, with the help of the calculated fields. Do not worry about these technical terms at the moment right now because you won't understand. You need to have a brief idea about the functional part, then only you will be able to understand the integration part, people. Without crossing functional part, you cannot understand the integration part. So let's not talk about this part. Only the last chapter, that's the Workday Studio. I will talk about that. Workday Studio is another module, which is a high rank module. That means that's the highest module into Workday. I have went ahead and added this overview chapter into our curriculum. Ideally, we should not even talk about any other modules during the time of core concepts. But what I have seen under my experience, onto my experiences, I wanted to go ahead and share it with you all people. When it comes to doing the projects with the junior team members, they don't understand, they don't value what the solution architecture is speaking when the walkthrough is happening, or neither they understand what we people are talking all about. Because we use a data structure into Eclipse where the developers are going ahead and using those platforms to go ahead and create their data. It's only an overview, people. As I promised you all, there is no coding into this particular module or the entire workday. Only when it comes to the studio, we do work upon with the coding and with some Java developers also to design and construct the elements for the workday. It's only for your understanding because you are working as a consultant. You need to understand what your team members are talking all about. Just to have an understanding between your entire team, I went ahead and included this module to understand what your lead is talking all about for the project people. It is just an overview of that specific module, which will be defining, which would be making you all different from any other employees into your organization. Because you will understand what your architectures are talking all about. When architects goes ahead and gives the walkthrough for the client, walkthrough is nothing but he explains to the client what y'all people have done into the systems. He goes ahead and explain it with the help of the UAT. That's the testing phase. And that is how he goes ahead and implement it onto this Workday Studio module paper. So this is much pretty important chapters which we will be taking care of once we go ahead and do the integrations. And the last chapter that I have already made you all aware that it would be a Workday Studio. It is just an overview, people. It is not a mandatory chapter for y'all, but just to have a clear picture with your entire team, I have added this chapter for y'all. Should I move further, people? Are we all okay with what we are going to take care of and what we are going to see into this entire module?
Yeah, understood, Nick.
All right. This is our navigation page. It's a basic navigation profile page. Once you get the credentials, this is your profile. This is how your profile data would look like. I will show it to you into a real system, people. So do not worry about this. When we talk about the organization structure, I want you all to take a snip of it, people, because you will be needing this later on. Please take a screenshot for this and let me know once it's done, then I'll start. All right. I believe you all have taken a screenshot of the snipping of it. When we talk about second chapter, the organization structure, people, we are creating, let's say, for example, you do have a client who wanted to start his organization and he says that I don't have any data onto my system, neither I wanted to go ahead and migrate or neither I wanted to do any kind of an update for my system. So you need to create all the data from the scratch. We as a consultant should know how to go ahead and maintain the data. And even we should know how to go ahead and create the data from the scratch. Okay. So because of that, we will learn how to create the organization structure. We will learn how to create a hierarchy. Hierarchy is nothing else but, the way in the school times we were creating a family tree. We had a grandfather, then we have a father, then all the children, all the other family members. The similar way we are creating a hierarchy into the workday also. Let's say he's a CEO who has started off with the organization. He's a founder of the organization. He becomes your top-notch hierarchy. Then the data will flow with the executive officer, then with the other managers, then comes your recruiting team and other team members, right? The IT department, HR department. Later on, all these segregations happen. And that's how we will go ahead and tell the system this is how your data is going to flow from the hierarchy level to the subordinate level. Are we all okay with the hierarchy part, people? Did we understand the concept of hierarchy? What is this hierarchy will be all about?
Yes.
Okay. Then comes a location. We need to go ahead and set a location for the organization. Let's say your client or the person or the vendor who is asking you to create this organization, he is having a multinational company where he has different locations being set up. You need to go ahead and create different locations. Let's say he wanted to create it for location for New York, Bangalore, Mumbai. You will create the location and link all the data from where the CEO or the founder is coming. You will associate the data from lower level till the higher level so that your salary will flow from the top notch level to the lower level. Because the founder will go ahead and pay the salary, and then only he would go ahead and segregate among the different team members, right? So this is what we are going to go ahead and create into Workday also. We will go ahead and automate our system to understand how the data will flow when it comes to the location. Because when you are starting off the organization, people will come from different cities, different countries. You need to go ahead and associate that data properly and integrate and implement it properly onto your workday. Once you have created the location, you want the salary to be flown timely. So you go ahead and create a cost center where the payroll, where the finance team are coming from. You tell the system the money should go in and out by automating, by creating some of the tasks, by creating some of the commands, where you don't have to sit every month onto the system and keep on paying the salary to the entire organization. No, you simply command or you simply go ahead and use the task to automate the salary to be flown from higher level to the lower level. This is how you're going to learn the automation for the cost center. Once all these things have been done, you go ahead and register your company, right? You will register it onto the government authorities. How to do it? We will learn into this particular implementation phase when we are talking all about company. We need to register our company under certain forums. So we will be talking all about the implementation of a company hierarchical structure then. This is the brief picture of what we are going to go ahead and see into our organization structure, people. And this is an organization chart, how we will go ahead and create our hierarchy. He is a CEO, and later on he goes ahead and segregate the data with other vice presidents, and then comes the assistant. This is how even you people will go ahead and create the hierarchy onto your systems. All right, people. When we come to the next chapter, that's for the staffing module, that's a third chapter. We will be learning position management and job management. We will be learning how to create the positions. We will be learning if suppose an employee has to get hired, he would be hired on what position? That's the JD that we call in a normal language. You create a job description. You go ahead and create the position into Workday people. What would happen if he leaves the organization? What would happen to that position? And if the employee leaves, what are the next steps that has to be followed? The entire data to be flown from he is being hired, from he is being terminated, or he leaves the organization. We will be learning the entire data structure people. And when it comes to the job management, we even have to go ahead and take care of if suppose you have a client from call center background where they go ahead and hire people into bulk, right? They go ahead and hire people into bulk. The bulk hiring is nothing but that's the job management. Just at the moment, remember this, the bulk hiring is called a job management into Workday. We will be learning how to do a bulk hiring also when it comes to the Workday part. When we talk about jobs and creating of JD or the positions, this is how we will go ahead and create a structure first. We will go ahead and create the departments. Let's say you are creating a data to be flown or creating a position into HR department. The first step is you will create the department. You will let know your finance department that this person has been hired, and so the data or the salary should be flown from so and so date to this particular employee. You will go ahead and get the approval. You will process all his documents. You will process on the basis of the budget that has been segregated for him. That's the salary slab that he's meeting upon, which management level he's coming from. Then the entire hiring restrictions are being taken care of with this process. When it comes to the compensation people, I want you all to take a screenshot for this because this is a very important structure that I have created for you all to understand the fundamentals of compensation. Because when it comes to the compensation people, the data will get a little trickier for you to understand. So just to make you all understand in an easy way, I have created this structure. I have created this chart for you all so that you will understand what all components, what all data you require to go ahead and create the salary slips onto Workday. You will require the plans, you will require the grades. We'll talk about this eligibility rule and the package later on once we are going ahead and implementing the entire compensation into Workday. Just for now, understand that we will be going ahead and creating the salary slips, and we will be telling our system if suppose this particular employee is working as a manager, he should fall under some of the management level slabs. So this is what we are going to go ahead and learn into our systems. This is a very important structure, people. I want you all to take a snap of it. We are over here. When it comes to the security, we are acting as a security admin. Once we get the security admin access, that's the master access we call it, we are legally available to go ahead and give any of the employees into the organization the access for the tenant, or whenever we talk about, I'll show it to you once we are done with explanation of this PPT. I will show you how the user interface will be looking like. User interface into the Workday is called the tenant. You do have different tenants into Workday people. When we people are working into the training, that's called a training module, or we call it as GMS module people. Please make a note of it. When we are training, our data should not get disturbed, so no one is going to go ahead and take care of what you're doing onto your systems. That is for your learning phase. That is for you people to go ahead and do the R&D on it. And this Workday access or the credentials that would be shared to you from the tenant part, it would be for GMS tenant. GMS stands for Global Modern Services, where all the data that you would be seeing onto this particular server or the domain, it would be all hypothetical data. There is no people live onto the systems. No live data has been affected when you people are working on to the training module. Then when it comes to the tenant part, the another implementation tenant access is being given. Implementation tenant is for us as a consultants. We go ahead and use this particular specific tenant to go ahead and create the data for the client. Once the data has been created, it goes to the testing phase. The testers goes ahead and take care of the entire data that you have created onto the implementation tenant. And later on, it goes to the production tenant where we go live, where we put all the data onto the client system. So this is how this is how the tenant access works in Workday. From GMS tenant till the production tenant, everything has been taken care of into Workday. And when it comes to the tenant part, we are only the people who goes ahead and gives the tenant access to every employee into the organization. We create the groups, we create the departments, we go ahead and give the access to them also. Yes, Fali.
Yeah, hi Nikki. First of all, good morning. I'm Sheikh. I just joined this session. I just understand. Like, I just came from a Java background. I have a
Mm-hmm,
doubt. Like, when we are creating any API in Java, like anything,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
we'll be doing some unit testing like that, right?
mm-hmm. But
Uh,
into Workday, we are just going ahead and using the data from the perspective of the task and the reports. There is no other tools that we are going ahead and using it the way we are doing into normal activity as a developer. Shake.
okay.
Okay.
Like, I
Yeah.
just want to
Yeah.
know that.
Okay. All
I
right.
mean,
Fine.
no unit testing like that. We
No,
don't
no, no,
perform. Like,
no,
we have
no.
separate testing team
That's
that
correct.
they are doing.
That is what I'm trying to tell. We don't have separate tools as we normally go ahead and use it as a developer. Yes, Purna.
Hi Nikki, I heard about one tenant named Sandbox from LinkedIn, like someone posted.
That's the
What?
testing phase. That's the testing. I just spoke
Okay.
about it, right? Yeah. The
That's
testing
a
tenant.
that's one type of tenant, Sandbox tenant.
Yes, that's correct. We people are just concerned with the implementation of the tenant, and that is only done when you are getting trained onto the GMS tenant. Whatever we will be seeing or doing onto the training module, the same thing you are going to go ahead and use that data into the implementation tenant when you people are being hired for the organization. There will be no difference with the user interface people. Once you go ahead and create the data into the implementation phase, then the data is being sent to the testing phase that's called the sandbox tenant. I hope I answered your query, Purna.
Sorry, this sandbox is separately for this testing only.
Yes, that's correct.
Do we have
It's a
access for that?
different. You won't be having the access. There is another department who goes ahead and take care of it.
Okay, cool.
But when we people implement, all the data is being transferred to this particular forum or this particular tenant. That's called the sandbox tenant.
Okay, I'll just tell the flow, like what I have understood, I'll just tell the flow. Please correct me if I'm
Mhm.
wrong. Like,
Sure.
we'll be doing in the implementation tenant, whatever the reporting, whatever the staffing model, we'll be doing
Mhm.
the implementation tenant, and we'll be migrating that implementation tenant to sandbox tenant. And there, the testing team will be doing the testing, and from
Mhm.
there, they will be pushing into the production, or we have to push that into the
No,
production.
They'll take care of it. You don't have to do your part into implementation. That's it. Your work is done.
Okay, cool. If
Okay.
anything goes wrong in the sandbox, means they'll be reverting back, or else.
They will be raising the ticket, telling you all that this needs to be verified or this need to be corrected. They will push a ticket to you all back again. You
Cool.
go ahead and edit the data and then share it back to them again.
Okay, again, I have to push that into the sandbox tenant.
That's correct.
Okay, understood. Actually,
Okay.
I'll be having the copy of that, right? Whatever I'm
Yes.
sending into the sandbox, I'll be having the copy in my implementation tenant. In that,
Yes.
like already developed one, I have to just do some enhancements, like whatever
Yeah.
the ticket that they have raised. Am I
Okay.
correct?
That's correct.
Okay,
So
cool.
I'm just repeating myself with the tenant part, people. This is we. Please ignore my stupid drawing, people. Just to make you all understand so that you all can laugh at my drawing, you all will remember things. Okay. This is what I apply a ninja technique to everyone. This is we where we are standing at the moment. This is our GMS tenant. This is our learning phase module where we are learning where the data is all hypothetical, nothing, no one is affected with our data. But when you people go on the floor, I mean to say, when you people are being hired for some specific organization, your account or your credentials will be created and you would be working on implementation tenant. Your hyperlink will be starting from IMP slash with your organization's name on it. By looking at the address bar only, you will understand that yes, this is my implementation tenant. Because your organization's name will depict this information. This is called implementation phase, where you are creating your data, implementing your data, integrating your data. Then comes testing phase. Into Workday, we call this as sandbox tenant people. When it comes to the sandbox tenant, they goes ahead and do a UAT. User testers goes ahead and access all your data, and then they go ahead and test whether everything has been implemented or integrated correctly. They go ahead and create a report. The report is in color of green and red and green color. Once they go ahead and share green color report, that means everything looks good, people. Later on, they goes ahead and share a red color report. That means y'all have done something wrong. They will push back the ticket to y'all and ask y'all to go ahead and correct it with the specific data, with the specific approvals. At times, there are some approvals also which has been rejected. They will ask you all to go ahead and share this implementation tenant to some of the approvals with the approvals part. So once you have corrected all your data into the implementation phase, again, you go ahead and push it back to the testing phase, people. That's called the sandbox tenant. Once these people go ahead and gives you the green signal means they go ahead and create a green report. Then the last phase is the production tenant, where your architect will go ahead and do the walkthrough for the entire implementation you have been created for. And they do it through the Workday Studio application. Because under this Workday Studio, all the tenants that you are seeing up here will be listed for him to access. He will be having the access to all the tenants that you have been seeing so far from the scratch. Under one roof, he would be using his coding to flow the data from the structural wise. When I talk about the structural wise, let me just give you a layman term example. You go ahead and create a house for yourself, right? You simply don't hire people, or you simply don't hire masons to create your house. You first create the layouts with the help of a civil engineers. Once he goes ahead and creates the layout, he goes ahead and says that, this is your bedroom, this is your um, lobby, or this is your entrance. He goes ahead and do that layout thing for you. Whatever the structure he's creating, he will go ahead and define it to the contractors, and they will go ahead and take care of the mason parts and all. They'll go ahead and do the explanation. The similar way, the importance of architect over here is so very important. The similar way, the architects are very important for us when they do the walkthrough. Because of that, I told you all, I have purposely went ahead and included this chapter, or the overview syllabus has been included for you all to understand what your architects are talking all about. Because the way they explain the data is not that easy. It's a little complicated because they are using a different user interface. The way the developers are using the Eclipse to go ahead and create their data with the help of the coding, with the help of the SOAP APIs. Similar way, we are using the platform for Eclipse when we are creating our data into Workday. I hope I have given you the clear picture now for the tenant part. Everyone,
Yeah, Nikki.
Yes,
I'm good.
Nikki.
Yeah.
all right, fine. So we'll
Fine.
catch up people tomorrow, and moreover, we will continue rest of our syllabus tomorrow, people.